Hey guys, hello and welcome to the YouTube channel once again. I am Speedy Medical. I have passed the USMLE Step 1 in my first attempt, and in these videos I am talking about various topics in a way how they are presented in USMLE style questions. So the pancreatic adenocarcinoma as such is a low yield topic. You will rarely find a question as such asking about the pancreatic adenocarcinoma, but there are certain points, especially the Courvoisier's sign, which is important when it comes to pancreatic adenocarcinoma. So I want to spend like 4 to 5 minutes on the pancreatic adenocarcinoma as such, and with that we'll finish the pancreas. Now guys, if we talk about the pancreas, you know that the pancreas, they have a head, okay, they have a body, they have a tail, and this process which is called as the uncinate process. And in the pancreas there is pancreatic parenchyma and there are the ducts, and this is the ductal epithelium from which the pancreatic adenocarcinoma will arise. So if someone asks you from where does the pancreatic adenocarcinoma arises, you have to say that it arises from the ductal epithelium. Now this is the one thing. The second thing is that where does the pancreatic adenocarcinoma arises? Does it arise in the uncinate process? Does it arise in the head? Does it arise in the body? Does it arise in the tail? So the location is, the most common location of pancreatic adenocarcinoma is the head of pancreas. Now what are the risk factors? There are two risk factors. One is the smoking. So smoking is a risk factor for the pancreatic adenocarcinoma. You know that smoking is a risk factor for lung cancer. Actually it is the number one risk factor for the lung cancer. And the second risk factor is the chronic pancreatitis. When I told you about the chronic pancreatitis, I told you that it is a risk factor for the pancreatic adenocarcinoma. Now if we talk about the pancreatic adenocarcinoma, okay, it arises in the head of the pancreas. Now what will be the manifestation when it arises in the head of pancreas? See, in the head of pancreas we have the confluence of pancreatic duct and the common biliary duct, which form the hepatopancreatic duct. So naturally, if there is a carcinoma which is arising in the head of the pancreas, it will block the common biliary duct and the pancreatic duct. So as a result of the blockade of the common biliary duct, there will be something which is called as obstructive jaundice. As you already know that obstructive jaundice is caused due to the obstruction of the CBD. So as a result of the blockade of the CBD, there will be obstructive jaundice. So there will be something which is called as obstructive jaundice, and there will be the presenting symptoms of obstructive jaundice, like there will be hyperbilirubinemia and yellowish discoloration of skin, as well as urine, as well as pale stools. Okay, so there will be pale stools, plus there will be high colored urine, plus there will be pruritus. This is the first thing. The second thing is that there is something which is called as Courvoisier sign. Now what is this Courvoisier sign and why I was so concerned about Courvoisier sign? So normally what happens is that in case of obstructive jaundice, like let it be due to gallstones or it may be due to biliary strictures or something like that, the gallbladder is usually not palpable. But when there is something like CA head of pancreas, in that case the gallbladder, it becomes palpable. So if there is a person who is coming with obstructive jaundice, especially an elderly person coming with obstructive jaundice and palpable GB, then we are sure that this is a case of pancreatic adenocarcinoma. Now there is something which is called as Trousseau's syndrome. Now there is something which is called as Trousseau syndrome, and again Trousseau syndrome is a very high yield thing, and there are various questions in various Q banks regarding the Trousseau syndrome. So what happens in case of pancreatic adenocarcinoma, that there is a paraneoplastic syndrome. Now what are paraneoplastic syndromes? Paraneoplastic syndromes are extra organ manifestation of a cancer. So there is paraneoplastic syndrome in case of pancreatic adenocarcinoma, in which there is thrombophlebitis, which means that there is inflammation of the veins, and as a result of the thrombophlebitis there will be a rash, a red or pink colored rash on the extremities, on the trunk, and this is called as Trousseau syndrome or migratory thrombophlebitis, and it is seen in case of pancreatic adenocarcinoma. So these are the main points which you have to remember about the pancreatic adenocarcinoma. Now if someone asks about what is the treatment strategy for pancreatic adenocarcinoma, so the treatment is very very simple. There is a procedure which is called as Whipple procedure. In Whipple procedure, they remove the pancreas. So let's say this is the pancreas, this is the duodenum. So they will remove the pancreas, they will remove the duodenum, they will remove the gallbladder, and in this way they will eliminate the pancreatic cancer. So this is all about the pancreatic carcinoma, and these are the three main topics which you have to remember regarding the pancreas: acute pancreatitis, chronic pancreatitis, and pancreatic adenocarcinoma. And I have taught you the whole three topics. So that is all I want to convey regarding the chronic pancreatitis. So thank you for being here, and if you are new to the channel, do consider to subscribe it. Thank you so much.